Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Heritage Railway News. This is your channel in regards to restoration projects, steam galas, mainline movements and so much more. Coming up this week, National Lottery Fund outcome announcement for Merchant Navy Class 35011. Yes, so the General Steam Navigation Locomotive Restoration Society have announced the outcome to secure future funding for 35011. The Wells and Walshingham Light Railway receive a new boiler. Yes, so after a successful fundraiser, the steam locomotive Norfolk Hero is set to get a new boiler. Heritage Railway completes the first project and it's straight on to another. Yes, so the Nottingham Transport Heritage Centre have finally completed their long-awaited carriage shed. All this and more coming up. So yeah, the first topic I want to talk about, like I say, is all to do with the Merchant Navy Class 35011, and it's all to do with their preservation group and their chances to bid for a National Lottery Heritage Fund. Now, they've recently got the outcome of it, and unfortunately, it's bad news. At the Society's 2024 annual group meeting, members were informed that the 50011 Restoration Society have submitted their National Lottery Heritage Fund Stage 1 application. Now, unfortunately, the National Lottery Heritage Fund have rejected the submitted application, and they have concluded that the project's considerable expense, complexity and high risk did not provide value. They stated the project would likely exceed the anticipated duration and budget significantly, and as such, an escalation in cost and time jeopardises the project's long-term viability. Now, the National Lottery Heritage Fund have informed the group that they are willing to advise on a smaller, simpler and low-risk project that the Society will undertake during its long-term completion of the Merchant Navy Class locomotive. Talks are already being held about the feasibility of a second application that would focus on engineering and also youth engagement, skills training, diversity, apprenticeships and community involvement. They have advised to submit a more streamlined application in the near future so that it can involve minimal additional expenses to the project. So yeah, a bit of a blow there for 35011 Restoration Society. Fortunately, it is what it is. National Lottery Heritage Fund have deemed it not viable, but they have turned around and said they're willing to advise, and like I say, they are willing to give it a second go. So not all is lost. Where that funds are going to come from, if obviously they do not get the grant, only time will tell. I think some of these donations will be welcome if you do want to donate to the Society, but hopefully they can secure the funds in a second application, especially if they do streamline it and sort of maybe focus it to get a bit more volunteering in, youth development, things like that. Fingers crossed it will eventually go ahead. So yeah, the next thing I want to talk about is the Wells and Walshingham Light Railway, and it's all to do with Norfolk Hero receiving finally a welcome new boiler. So yes, it has just recently been announced that they have received a brand new boiler for one of their popular locomotives, Norfolk Hero. Having raised over £10,000, Norfolk Hero has been stripped back to its frames, and the railway's engineers have carried out a thorough service to prepare for the boiler being fitted. The 260 plus 062 Garrett locomotive have been operated at the Wells and Walshingham Light Railway since 1987, and this work will give Norfolk Hero a new lease of life. Delays in certification and a change in ownership in the engineering company that built the boiler have made this a challenging project, although the Wells and Walshingham Light Railway are now pleased to have the boiler in the depot at Wells next to the sea, ready to be fitted. So yeah, really great news about Norfolk Hero. Like I say, it's been operational there since 1987, so it's going to finally get a brand new boiler there. They're ready to get it fitted. Like I say, they've got that all there by Wells next to the sea station, the depot there. So fingers crossed they're going to get that fitted very soon, and hopefully we can see Norfolk Hero realistically maybe on the rails next year. Now we move on to the Nottingham Heritage Railway Centre, and all to do with one of their projects finally being complete, and they've got another one well on the way. So yes, it was announced the other day that the carriage shed at Nottingham Transport Heritage Centre in Ruddington, which will house the new stock for the Great Central Railway, has now been commissioned. Now that the long-awaited carriage shed has been completed, the railway has moved operational passenger vehicles inside. Now, it's taken many years for the shed to be completed due to funds drying up during the pandemic, but was reactivated through a fundraiser and grant allocated to the railway by Rushcliffe Borough Council. The shed is designed to hold 4 carriages on 2 sidings, although currently only one of the 2 sidings has been connected. A polished concrete floor has been laid level with the top of the rails to allow it to be used as an undercover events area, and plans are in place for a mezzanine floor to be added to provide extra storage space. Elsewhere on the site, builders are constructing an accessible toilet block made possible by another grant from Rushcliffe Borough Council and a funding from East Midlands Airport Community Fund, East Midland Railways and Friends of the Great Central Mainline. Until now, only temporary facilities have been available at Ruddington, but they have now been demolished, and the new toilet block will be the first modern facilities to have been available at Ruddington. So yeah, it's certainly good news in regards to the coach house finally being built and up and ready, and obviously it's going to gain protection there for the Mark 1 coaches, and realistically it's important for the railways. It adds to the overall experience. Permanent facilities at the railway as well also adds to the overall experience for the general visitor, or obviously tourism and everything like that. So permanent facilities, they've got the coach shed, preserve the Mark 1 coaches, thumbs up to them. So the last thing I want to talk about today is is something I actually found quite funny, and it's all to do with the EuroStar potentially teasing Kent. So initially there was an article that actually came out today in the KM Messenger, and it's all to do with one of the EuroStar services actually stopping at Ashford International Station the other night, and essentially it's sort of kicked a bit of a backlash in the sense of it's almost like the company are goading the public. So yes, the train was spotted at the station at around 11 PM the other night and seems to have created more frustration for the locals. It's now coming up to 5 years since the service stopped in the county, and the company have given no update on whether the service will return in the near future. It has been confirmed that it will not go through the rest of the 2024 and the 2025 season, and the company have been accused of exploiting its monopoly, and that the excuse of it returning when it gets commercially viable to do so is becoming a little tiring. It stated that the company have no willingness to entertain the £45 million income opportunity that lays before them, that stopping in Ashford would bring, and have no regards for jobs or the community in Kent. So yeah, like I said, I found it a little bit funny. It's a little bit of a comical article, to be fair, and I suppose really if you're a member of Ashford, or even Ebbsfleet, around that sort of area. I'm in Medway, I'm only down the road from Ebbsfleet. If you do want to obviously go across the continent or go to Disneyland, something like that, you have to get up to St Pancras, you have to get up there to London. It's a bit of a ball ache considering you're going to have to come back this way anyway. So I can understand the frustration, especially when you see one of the EuroStar units stop at Ashford International Station. I think it's quite funny, and it's turned into a bit of a frustrating scenario for everyone. I think realistically, will it return? Will it not? I think it's sort of up to debate. I mean, at the moment, I can't really see it happening. I think EuroStar have kind of made it perfectly clear they've got no willingness to stop in Kent anytime soon. But let me know down in the comments what you think. But yeah, like I said, I just found it a bit of a comical article and just thought something I had to include in this. So yeah guys, that's been this week's episode of Heritage Railway News. I really hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, give us a like, comment down below and subscribe. Hit that bell for notification. Keep up to date with future episodes of Heritage Railway News coming up. Let me know if there's anything you think I should include in next week's news. Hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.